What is up and what is good, Gunpla builders? It's me Zero and welcome back to my channel, and thank you for tuning in for this review on a very old kit from 2005 from the Seed Destiny line. This is the Fookin legend of Gundam Seed Destiny. Is the legend Gundam Zack GMF X666S. And yes, that's the number of the beast. Having those numbers itself makes it a legend. Piloted by Mini Rao, I mean Reza Burel, a clone of the most badass evil dude from Seed, Rao Le Crusade or Le Crusade, whichever way we want to pronounce it. So Mini Rao isn't as evil, but he is quite manipulative and calculative as well, and still he's a decent bad dude, but he's not as great as Rao. And as a pilot wise, again, he's not as good as Shin or the other pilots in the series. So legend, I wanted to actually get this 10 years ago, back in 2000. This kit was released in 2005. I wanted to get this kit in 2006, but I forgot about it, and so it fell off the radar. And now that I'm back into Gunpla making, it's a kit that is a must-have for me. I love the design of the suit. I love the backpack, the dragoons, the big guns. I mean, the big gun, there's only one beam rifle. It's not as big as the Providence, but I prefer this. I prefer Legend over the Providence just because it looks more modern, and it's not really kinda clunky and chubby in a way. It's more streamlined, and I really like the design of it. So as you can see, the colors for this is kinda dull, so it might turn off some people that prefer bright colors or the standard white, blue and red. So this one comes in majority really light gray, and I like this gray. I prefer this kind of gray, that kind of gunship gray, almost light gray, and not too dark and not too light. It's somewhere in the middle. I really like it. And of course, the chest, we get a majority of blue and red, and the shield generator here on the fist is blue, molded in blue plastic, and of course a gray piece on there, and you get a bit of blue on the knees and red on the feet. And you can see you got a two-piece plastic here for the V-fin. You got blue plastic and a gray one, and of course the red on there in the middle to top it all off. So it's pretty simple sticker wise, not that heavy. You get a little sticker sheet for you to work with, and the decaling on this is actually from the other remastered kits from I think it's from my Buster, my Blitz. So I just put this Zaf logo here, and this is kind of custom, to be honest. This Zack GMF 666S. Oh, I'm saying it's as hard as, okay, whatever. So 666S, just do the 666 there. I hope you guys can see it. Maybe it's the lighting might kinda blur it out, but I'll try to adjust it and post edit. So yeah, the kit is standard size HG 144, and just like the other Seed Destiny series, it's not really, it's in between the UC and, let me see, the double O is in between. It's not that small, noise too big, so it's kind of in the middle. And you, back then, this kit cost, I think, quite a bit of money. Nowadays you can get it for discounted price, and for what you are paying, you get a pretty decent kit with effect parts, and of course two beam sabers, which is very important for some reason. If you have a beam holder, you need beam sabers. You get two of it, and it's really long. for the Legend, it's actually called the beam javelins, and you can actually put the two of it together to make it a dual wielding beam javelin of some sort. Like I have it here, which I'm gonna show you as I rotate the kit 360 or maybe 180 degrees just for you to see it. So as you can see, this big backpack here is the main draw of the kit. You get the dragoons, the two big funnels here, and of course the very slim, streamlined dragoons here, and here in the middle is actually the rifle. Somehow nowadays I prefer not to display rifles. I rather display beam sabers or swords or something that are melee weapons and stuff instead of rifles. I don't know why, but I kinda prefer it that way, and it's more intimidating and much more fearsome for an MS to be used to be wielding a melee weapon. So Legend, you do get the effect part for each part of it, and it's a bit tedious to put on, so I prefer not to put it on, and it drop off very easily. So articulation wise for this kit, 2005, don't expect too much with the articulation. It's pretty stiff on the shoulders, pretty stiff on the on the legs, on the thighs. You can't really go 180 degrees out. You can't really do much with it, but you can bend the knees, and it's not really as posable as the newer kits. But with the help of the action base which you can get nowadays, you can actually counter the lack of posability from the older kits. The action base helps a lot. You can do a lot of things with it, so it helps a lot. So get a base if you are building older kits. It will help a lot, and that's pretty much all I can say about it. It helps a lot. And for this kit, you do not get a base. The standard seed Destiny base, that black base thing, you don't get that. So you get effect pass. You do get a beam shield for this, which is molded in a transparent blue color, and of course the beam sabers as well. You get it. So it's, for what you're paying, you're getting a pretty decent kit for the money. So do try to look into it if you are interested in getting a kit from a seed and you want something that is more streamlined, something that will be a value for the money that you are paying for. Legend will be pretty much that kit that you might want to get, other than the typical Strike Freedom or the Infinite Justice or even the Destiny. So Legend, for me, I would recommend you getting it. And one of the things that you might want to take note of while building this is of course the Dragoon funnels. These ones are pretty thin. Even the skirt ones, they are the same actually. They are pretty thin, so when you're building it, make sure to pay an extra caution to it, because it may break if you apply too much pressure. And of course these bigger ones here, they have this intricate design bits here at the end, so do pay extra attention to it as well, because sometimes when you're clearing nubs and you get too engrossed, you gonna scratch the detail off, and actually scratch two of it on this side, and I just turn it around so it's not really obvious, and actually scratch it off, and you can't really do much once it's scratched off. So take note of that if you're gonna build this. Overall, just the Dragoon, the backpack itself, you need a little bit of extra caution to it, but once you're done with it, it's a pretty good looking kit, to be honest. Some prefer the Providence. I don't prefer the Providence, to be honest. It's really clunky, a bit too big in a way that is not really appealing to me, but I might get it for the sake of getting it, for the sake of you know, having Raoul Le Creuset MS in my arsenal as a for displaying. It's a must-have for me because I do like Seed. I do like Seed Destiny. It's something that I grew up with. It's the first series that I watched from start to finish. Technically, I got into Gundam because of Gundam Wing, but Seed itself is the series that I watched from start to finish, so it means a lot to me. So the MSs I am very familiar with, and if I could, I would like to collect every single kit from that line. So Legend, pretty happy to have it. Really I would highly recommend you get it if you're looking for something that is not, you know, the typical Strike Freedom and Destiny, which I've said before. It's one of those kits that people tend to overlook because it's not the main Gundam. So take a look at that, and if you like it enough, go get it. So try to get an action base with it as well. It will help a lot with the posability because the legs are pretty stiff. You can't do really much with it. Even the arms, the articulation on the arms and the hands, they are pretty limited. Even the torso as well can't really turn 360 degrees because of the backpack and the skirts and stuff like that. So, but the most fun thing about it is, of course, the beam javelin. As you can see here, is pretty long when you put them together, and it's one of the main draws for this kit. Aside from the backpack, is this beam javelin. I really love displaying it as such instead of just the standard rifle and the beam shield. So it's really different, and take a look at it. Like it enough, go get it. You can get it for a pretty decent price from Hobby Link Japan or Hobby Search or Ami and stuff. So take a look. If you can find it, go grab it, or you can find it from a local store. Get it. I mean, you will not be disappointed with how the kit looks. If you are not picky about articulation, you will find this MS pretty interesting to look at once you have it put together, and I mean, do a little bit of detailing. It's a pretty good kit to look at, to have it on display. So that's pretty much it for my review. I know sometimes my reviews are not actually reviews. I think I don't have any idea what to label my videos as, because I usually just talk about the kits and how I feel about it. It's not really an in-depth review, and yeah, I guess that's my style. I don't really like to go into details and bore the living hell out of the audience with all the details and stuff like that, which is sometimes can get boring. So just give a little bit of nuggets here and there, and it's up to you guys to see if if you want to get it or not, from the look of it and from the flaws that I label, and of course the pros and cons and stuff. So Legend, this is pretty much the kit that I would recommend from Seed Destiny line. It's one of those kits that get overlooked, and at the same time it's actually pretty amazing to have on display. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. My name is Zero, and I'll see you guys next time.